Welcome back to India Business Report. I'm Yogita Lamai in Mumbai. India may be the leading producer and exporter of vaccines, but it's also home to 1/3 of the world's children who haven't been immunized against disease. Now, scientists in India could be the closest ever to developing a cheap vaccine that could save 60,000 children a year from death related to diarrheal disease. Rotavirus, if approved for commercial use, would cost 1/10 of the price of other vaccines on the market. So could it be a game changer for health outcomes in India and the biotech industry? From Delhi, Shilpa Kannan has this report.
Potentially life-saving, these babies are receiving jabs from a universal immunization program rolled out by the government of India. Polio, tuberculosis, tetanus and hepatitis B vaccines are supposed to be administered to all children within weeks of their birth and followed by booster shots until the age of 5.
The problem in India is that the government's immunization program fails to reach many babies, and an estimated 28% of infants born here are still missing out on basic vaccines. Nearly 1.7 million children under the age of 5 die every year in India, mainly due to preventable diseases.
When my son was born, no one told me about these vaccines, and we can't afford to buy expensive medicines at private clinics. I only found out about them much later. The government should provide these basic vaccinations to every child. After all, it's a question of the child's future.
Rotavirus is a major cause of diarrhea-related disease, leading to 450,000 infant deaths globally and 100,000 in India alone every year. Although vaccines to combat the rotavirus are available on the market, a new study published in the medical journal Lancet concluded that the high price of such vaccines has limited their inclusion in government-led immunization programs.
There are vaccines available which are internationally produced, but we would like manufacturers in India to produce it so that it becomes more affordable. And obviously from a government level, we would like to have more partners in this so that there'll be manufacturers enough to supply the whole country, all the children in the whole country. And that is the actual final aim of this study.
To improve its immunization program, the Indian government is now partnering with private players to develop cheaper vaccines. Rotavirus is one such project. A private biotech firm, government agencies and top medical research practitioners have collaborated to develop it from scratch in India. While it's not first of its kind, Rotavirus will cost just $1, around 1/10 of the price at which the cheapest comparable vaccine is currently sold.
We are going to export to a lot of Latin American countries, Africa, Southeast Asian countries, including China. We are very keen to help the public health of those countries because public health means it's a global public health.
So far, Rotavirus has cleared 3 phases of clinical trials across India. But it still needs final approval and would take at least a year before it's available for commercial use. If successful though, could it trigger more such public-private partnerships? Well, that's a question I asked K. Vijay Raghavan from the Department of Biotechnology in India.
It takes a huge amount of resources and quality engagement from across the world. While this was a successful example, the amount of funding required was so large that we couldn't have done it alone. It required a global partnership, but it also required a global partnership with the best minds all over the world. And it required the partnership and the taking forward by industry. So all these ingredients will be necessary for us to go ahead.
You're about to launch a new biotechnology strategy. So what's in it?
It really builds on a foundation of the last 20 years of the DBT. And this has resulted in a strong base in basic science and very recently over the last decade, a substantial link with industry. But the challenge now is to bring together the different aspects of life sciences and the different components of industry to catalyze a new stage of growth, raising the size of the industry to substantially new heights, but importantly, while doing that, connecting with our society.
The Indian biotechnology industry has so far not really been known for innovation. It's more into copycat products. Why do you think this is?
Well, I would disagree, first of all, that our industry is substantially just generics and copycat. I think we should distinguish between the importance and the genuine need of industry to survive and do everything they need to survive, and therefore generics are one aspect of that. But that doesn't mean that there isn't substantial innovation going on. Innovation takes time, it takes money, and it takes collaboration to come to fruition. And that's happening a lot, and I think you'll see more and more examples soon.